What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, one of the things that I think needs to be addressed more as we push back against this LeGoat narrative, one of the things we got to push back more on is this facade that LeBron is this winner, that he's this clutch performer. When they don't outright lie, the Ledick Nation will try to make you forget about all the times that his teams have choked. Because the media, whenever he chokes, they will always say the team. Notice that? This is a trick that I noticed that they've done, and I think you've noticed it as well. Unless you have his, sausage way down your throat, literally, figuratively at least, that you just refuse to see it, But anyway, whenever the team wins, it's LeBron this, LeBron this, LeBron that. Whenever they lose, it's the Lakers. That's how it goes. So, let's look at some of these blown playoffs and finals series lead that LeBron has had over his semi-illustrious career. 2006, Detroit Pistons. Remember this? The Cavaliers blew what was a 3-2 series lead going back home in that series. Now you could chop it up to they were young, whatever, right? To blow a 3-2 lead going home is still fucking bad. I don't care. If you were able to get a 3-2 lead against them, then you should have took care of business when you went home. 2011, against a Mavs team that was not favored in that series, blew a 2-1 series lead. As a matter of fact, they lost the next 3 games. Remember that? They were up 2-1 and then lost games 4, 5, and the decisive series clinching game 6. While LeBron was either choking or maybe even more sinisterly, purposely choking to deny Dwayne Wade a Finals MVP. Wouldn't that be so fucked up if this guy actually blew a series out of spite? I mean, that's like a guy that wouldn't show up to his supposed friend's retirement ceremony, right? 2015, against the Warriors, blew a 2-1 series lead back home, and in fact, once again, lost the next 3 games. As the number 1 seed, 2009, lost 4-2 versus the number 3 Orlando Magic. All of that, he played with a bunch of bums. That's just a bunch of Ledick revisionist history. You didn't start hearing that crap until after he left Cleveland. And they were trying to make excuses for why he lost. Nobody was saying he was playing with a bunch of bums back then. Nobody was saying that. Nobody. Okay, I was there. And I was a LeBron fan. Nobody in the LeBron blogosphere was saying he was playing with a bunch of bums. That's made up propaganda by vengeful Ledick who need an excuse whenever he loses. Next thing you know, they're going to be calling AD a bum. They already calling Wade and Bosh bums. What's the guy who used to be on Tickets Junk all the time? Myron. Myron was calling goddamn Wade a bum, yo. Well, anyway, 2010, number 1, lost 4-2 versus the number 4 seed Boston Celtics. First seed losing to the fourth seed. Missed the playoffs. 2004. Misses playoffs in the weakest Eastern Conference era since the 1950s. 2005. Misses playoffs in the weakest Eastern Conference since the 1950s. Meanwhile, the guy who should have won Rookie of the Year, Carmelo Anthony, in a far more competitive Western Conference, not only led his team to the playoffs, but actually had an even bigger first season turnaround for Denver than LeBron did for the Cavs. 2019, activated playoff mode. Remember that? And then missed playoffs. Laughing, sitting on the bench. And after sneak dissing Kawhi Leonard for load managing, he does the same thing after supposedly activating playoff mode. 2022. Missed playoffs with 3 top 75 and 1 Hall of Fame teammate. Remember when he said you got to bury me 12 feet deep and cut my head off? I ain't missing the playoffs. Yeah, you did. Swept in the finals and playoffs. 2007 finals versus the Spurs, a series they could have won. Drew Gooden, Big Z, collectively both outplayed Tim Duncan. Did their job on him defensively. The reason why they lost is because their leader, LeBluet, only averaged 22 points in that series on 35% shooting. Dared him to shoot the jump shot. He couldn't get it done. But the very next year, Kobe Bryant, because Kobe did have a jump shot, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was 29 points a game Kobe averaged, and they beat the Spurs rather easily. That same Spurs team. 2018. Swept by the Warriors, excuse me. And then 2023, swept by the Denver Nuggets. And in 2023, of course, in that series, LeBron forgot how to shoot the basketball, especially from outside. Completely forgot how to shoot the basketball. And in 2018, you could argue that they really didn't even have any business being in the finals. But when the Eastern Conference was as weak as it was, that's why. That's why. And it's not a coincidence that as the Eastern Conference has gotten stronger since 2018, look who's in the West. Look who's in the West. The Eastern Conference gets stronger, while the Western Conference overall gets a little bit weaker. A little bit. That's not a coincidence. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this bum. Tell me what you guys think.